So let's talk about Mr. Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States. Now, in my last video, I did want to talk about world events and stuff. I didn't really get into it too much because I went off on a tangent. I was just saying random things. And like I said, my real talk videos, I usually end up, just going off in whatever direction I feel like it. But when I make a video like this, I'm going to 9 times out of 10 stick to the topic. So this video is definitely going to be more focused on Donald Trump and world events. So when I take these breaks, especially last year, I was in and out of politics, meaning I was paying attention a little bit to what was going on, but I was dealing with personal life things. So it's kind of distracted me and it was difficult to keep up with everything. So I didn't really get into it too much. But for the most part, when something crazy happens, like what happened with Charlie Kirk, I'm on that. I'm obviously paying attention to something like that. Now, as far as Donald Trump is concerned, I'm going to give you guys my reformed views and thoughts on him, meaning up to date. I may be missing some details here and there because I'm still catching up on current news, but I am mostly aware of what's going on in terms of Greenland and Venezuela and things like that. So I'll give my thoughts on that, but not just on that, the world as a whole, and also what I think about the United States basically spreading its influence to different countries, right? Now, before I say anything, as I said in my last video, I'm never wrong about anything I say. And the main thing I've realized about this world is that everyone is fake. Everything is fake. The whole entire world is fake. So if you're going to be part of the world, you kind of have to play the game. And it doesn't matter who you are. I've never met anyone or heard of anyone, or even online or anything, anywhere, that isn't playing the game in some way. You're all doing it. You're all doing it to some degree. You're following someone, you're believing in someone, you believe in something. Everything you've ever known and have been told on this world is some idea from somebody else. That's all that it is, right? So everybody's pretty much playing the game, right? The way I play the game is I look at and this pretty much everybody does this, to be honest, but I look at who aligns the most with my views and the truth, and I go with that, right? Not saying that Donald Trump is necessarily that person either, because I don't think he's a real person. I think everybody's fake. That's why I need people to understand what I'm saying right now. I need to emphasize this. I think everybody is fake. So, with that being said, if I think everybody is fake, the next best thing I can do is look at who is the closest to being real, which is basically me, right? Who's the closest that aligns to me? Now, again, I wouldn't say Donald Trump is that person. But what I will say is that a lot of the things that he does and represents do align with me personally. So this is the best way I can sum this up. You have to work with what you have. And you also have to, because for me personally, I'm by myself, right? I don't have any allies. I'm not on anybody's side. I'm on my own side. So then I have to look at who's out there, and I have to say, who is trying to do what I want the most? Who's getting to, even if it's fake, who is doing what I want the most? Who is getting to the goals that I want the most, right? And again, I'm not saying Donald Trump is that person, but as far as the public is concerned and the general population and most people, he does mostly align with a lot of things that I believe in or that I agree with. One of the reasons why I didn't make a lot of videos last year is because I wanted to see what Trump was going to do. He's had a whole year in office, right? I wanted to really see how real or fake this person was. I was like, I want to see what he does. Nothing that he did made me believe any different about him. However, he did a lot of things that I liked. Granted, this is all fake again. I have to really emphasize this because some people, they just get caught up in the world and the politics and the show that we're in, the game, and they think it's real. None of this shit is real. It's all fake. But as far as I'm concerned, at least with my ideas and the way I believe and the way I see things, he's done a lot of things that I agree with personally. Granted, again, he's been given a script, he's been given a role, and he's doing that. That's what he's doing. He's playing his role, right? But it aligns with what I want. So it's like this. If I can't really find anybody that's real or that is like me, then what I have to do next is choose from what I have. And I'm like, this is what's available to me. These are my options, and this is the best I can do in this situation. So as fake as he is, he aligns a lot with the things that I want. So it's like working with your, I don't want to say enemy, but I don't even know how to say this because it doesn't even make sense in the human world. But it's working with someone that may not be necessarily aligned with you, but they're not your enemy per se, right? So he's not really my enemy, although behind the scenes he would be. But as far as the public is concerned, he's not. He's aligning with my views, is what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, as long as he keeps doing that until he gets out of office, then some of you may not like what I'm about to say, but he's going to have my support. Because again, you guys need to understand, this whole entire world is fake. None of it is real. So me having support for Trump is no better than me not having. It's not really any different, honestly. So I'm choosing to just do it. And I'm like, fuck it. I might as well support him in terms of my views. And if he's aligning with my views, then I support him. He's got my support until he does something that I don't support. And so far, he hasn't really done anything that I don't support. It is what it is, right? Now, back to the world being fake. I don't believe in countries. I don't believe in governments. I don't believe in presidents, kings, none of this shit. All this shit is stupid and fake. But it exists because people give it power. Your belief in the system and the countries and the laws and the governments and the presidents and all this shit that you guys believe in, politics and all of that, religions, you guys give it power and it makes it exist. It wouldn't exist if you didn't believe in it. It doesn't exist on its own. It only exists because you guys believe that it exists. You've been fooled and manipulated into supporting this shit. And because you've manifested it, basically, guess what? It's there until you stop believing in it, and then it will disappear. That's how it works. If it was real, it wouldn't matter whether you believe in it or not. It would be there. That's the difference between something that's real and something that's fake. If it's fake, once you stop believing in it, it's gone. If it's real, it's going to be there no matter what. So all this shit you guys believe in is fake. But because you give it power, you make it real. You make it exist. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. But anyways, since we have a country called the United States that you guys believe in and have given power to and have manifested, what ends up happening now is, the way I'm looking at it, right, is, okay, what's in the best interest of the country I'm living in? Because unfortunately, whether I believe in countries or not, you guys have made it so, and I'm a resident of the United States. Therefore, I'm subject to the laws of the United States, and I'm subject to basically wanting the best for my country by default because I was born here. It's not because that's what I want. It's just the way things are until otherwise done, right? Until you guys change it. And I keep saying you guys because there's nothing, no matter how much I want it to happen by myself, I know if it was that easy, it would have already been changed. If it was just up to me, I would have already changed this whole entire fucking thing. But unfortunately, I have realized that I can't do this shit by myself. So until you guys decide you want to change all this dumb shit that's happening, ain't shit I can do. I gotta wait for you motherfuckers to catch up to where I'm at. That's the point of me making these videos, to catch you guys up to where I'm at so we can change it. But anyways, since I live in the United States, my best interest is what's best for the United States. Therefore, he's doing what's best for the United States. Whether it's attacking Venezuela or the president over there, getting rid of that dumb motherfucker, or taking over Greenland. And I know he's not taking it by force per se, but this whole, and now this is where I get annoyed, because by default, I'm being forced to believe in the shit that you guys believe in. Not because I want to, but because that's just the way the world works. But then you guys believe in this stuff, right? You guys believe in countries, governments, and stuff like that. And you guys don't want to support what's best for you. And I'm talking to people in the United States. Anybody that's in the United States that you believe in these systems, you believe in these governments, presidents, and all the shit you guys believe in, and you don't want what's best for the United States, you're a fucking retard. You're so retarded, I can't even measure or even comprehend the level of retardedness you're at. It's so beyond understandable. Anything that you believe that goes against the United States, and you're a citizen of the United States, that includes bringing in illegal immigrants, not supporting the United States taking over Greenland or Canada or Venezuela or any other country. I think the United States is to take over the whole fucking world, to be honest. I don't see why we need so many countries to begin with. I don't believe in countries. But if we're going to have a one world government and one country that rules all, it should be the United States. The United States is, as far as the human world is concerned, the best country that there is. There is no country better than the United States. Why would anybody in this entire world not want the whole world to be controlled by the United States is beyond me. Mind you, all these people that don't want the world to be like the United States, if they were in any other country, they would be oppressed, they would be silenced, they would be shut down. And then there are people that don't like the United States that live in other countries that want to come live in the United States. You don't like the United States because you don't want it to take over your place or whatever, or where you live. But you don't want to be where you're at. You want to come over here. Make that make sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. Then you have people that are here from other countries that are complaining about the United States. And I'm like, you're not even supposed to be here. Why are you complaining? You should shut the fuck up and be lucky your ass is here. Let alone, you should have never been here to begin with. But this is the world that we live in. And this is how retarded everything is. Everything is so backwards. It makes no sense. So again, if we're going to play this game of countries and laws and rules and presidents and all this other shit, right? Okay, cool. I can play that fucking game too. I can play that game. But if I play that game, I'm going to be like this motherfucker. I'm going to support him. And I'm going to say what he's doing is what needs to happen. So if he's fucking attacking Venezuela, fuck Venezuela. I don't give a fuck about Venezuela. Why do I care if Venezuela has a country or a government or a president? It means nothing to me, especially how fucked up that country is. So anybody that's, oh, how can he do this to Venezuela? Are you retarded? Why not? oh, you can't do this to Greenland. Why not? Oh, you can't. We can't. Canada can't be part of it. If you're in Canada and you don't want the United States to take over you, you're retarded. If you're in Mexico and you don't want to be part of the United States, you're retarded. The United States is one of the few, if not the only country that literally everybody else from every other country is trying to get into. Because it's literally the best country. That's why every single citizen of every other country wants to come here. And then if you try to do what people have been trying to do here in other countries, those countries aren't going to let you in. And this whole thing about Americans being racist and all this other stuff, right? Every other country is more racist than the United States. Literally every single other fucking country is more racist than the United States. That's why every single other fucking country, for the most part, most of the population in that country is the same. It doesn't matter which country you go to. The United States is literally the only country where you have a whole mix of every race and culture in the world. And that's that's one of the greatest weaknesses of the United States. That's why there are a lot of problems in the United States, because you have all these fucking retards from different countries coming here with their stupid ass cultures and retarded languages, and they're fucking it up. You know how they're fucking it up? Because they don't respect what we have, and they want to bring their shit from where they left over here. If you think your country's so great and everything you were doing was so great where you were, go back over there. Go get the fuck back over there. Nobody wants you over here. That's the problem. The United States has too many fucking cultures, too many races, too many people. We have enough of what we have. We need to take care of what we have, right? This is probably my only complaint about what Trump is doing. Before we start annexing Greenland or Canada or any other place, we need to fix what we have here. We still have a lot of problems in the United States that I feel we need to fix before we start meddling in other countries. The Venezuela thing, I agree with in terms of taking that president down and whatever happened there, right? And again, I'm still catching up on the news on that. But that needed to happen because he was basically, that country's whole economy was based off of making money off the drugs they sell to Americans. And they were killing Americans with drugs. How can anybody support that? How can anybody not want Trump to blow those motherfuckers up? That's what I don't understand. To me, that's no different than a terrorist. Because the end result is the same. They're killing Americans. So if you believe in America or whatever, you believe in this country and all the shit that we have here, then you shouldn't want any other foreign adversary doing anything to this country or its people. And if you don't believe in this country or these people that are here, you don't support them, then get the fuck out. It's that simple. Nobody's stopping you. Get on a plane to wherever the fuck you think is better and go stay over there, and I guarantee you'll be wanting to come back here. If you can find a better country, go. Go be over there. See how those people treat you with your retarded beliefs. But you know why people don't leave here and go somewhere else? Because they know it's not better. They're cowards. They don't really believe in the shit they say. And that's when I start to think, not only are they cowards, but they're evil. Because they don't really believe in the things they're saying. They're just doing it to be spiteful. They're trying to bring people down. They have no pride in their country or anything. And again, I'm going to emphasize this again for the millionth time. I don't believe in any of this shit. So before you guys get like confused and you're like, oh, I thought he didn't believe in it. I don't believe in none of this shit. But I'm forced to play this game because I'm here on this planet. And in order to get things done the way I want them to get done, I have to start from the bottom up. I have to start at the bottom level, which is this game you guys are playing of governments and countries and cultures and languages and all the shit you guys do. And I have to wake you guys up to see what's the best thing. So again, the United States, I don't have a problem with them taking over anything. Take over the whole fucking world. I don't give a fuck. What do we need all these countries for? These languages, these cultures. What do we need them for? There's no excuse. I don't want to hear this bullshit. Oh, this country is so beautiful. It has all these beautiful. Let's take Africa for an example. I hear all these things about Africa and their culture and how great it is. And anytime I've seen any video of Africa and anything that they do over there, I'm disturbed. And I'm like, is this supposed to be beautiful? This is garbage. And not just Africa, South America too. They're living like primitive people. Like they're in the Stone Age still. And it's not really stone, it's more like just jungle age. But whatever you want to call it, it's still primitive shit. There's like a race or a group of people, I forgot what it's called, but there's an island somewhere. I think the Indians are protecting these people, the Indians in India. And they're like, nobody can go to this island because these people have a protected culture and they've been there for so long and we don't want to disturb them. Yeah, you're right. Let's just leave the world in a state of being primitive. Let's not evolve. Let's not advance. Let's everybody just go live in the jungle and be a bunch of fucking primitive retards. Yup, that's the answer. The answer is not to evolve humanity and to advance forward. And for anybody that's going to say, oh, well, technology is ruining the world. This is ruining the world. No. You know what's ruining the world? Corrupt motherfuckers. That's what's ruining the world. Stupid ass retards and corrupt motherfuckers are what's ruining the world. It's not the technology. It's like the same thing when people say, oh, guns kill people. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. The gun doesn't shoot by itself. Someone has to pull the fucking trigger, just like a knife. What are you going to say? Knives kill people? No, the knife doesn't stab a person on its own. It doesn't walk up, get up, grow legs, and say, I'm going to kill somebody. Someone has to pick the shit up and stab somebody with it. Same thing with technology. Any technology. Technology is a good thing. The problem is we have a bunch of corrupt and evil motherfuckers that control the world and a group of retards that support them, which is all of you people. That's why we have these problems. Being in the Stone Age or being in the jungle for the rest of your life is not the answer to human evolution. That's why nobody in Africa or South America, when you leave those people in the jungle, they haven't built anything. They haven't evolved at all. Nothing has improved. They're still in the same, they've probably been like that for thousands of years. They haven't learned shit. They haven't done shit. Why? Because they don't know any better and they can't do it on their own. They need somebody to show them. And then they can move forward. But as far as the rest of humanity who knows better, the answer is not to go back into the jungle and be primitive. The answer is to evolve and get rid of the evil motherfuckers that are controlling the world so that we can use the technology to improve our lives. That's the answer. So again, at some point, all these governments, all these kings, all these cultures, languages, all these things that separate humans need to die, need to go away so that humanity can unite and we can move forward as a species. Until that happens, we're going to keep having the same fucking problems we have now that we've had the whole entire time. That's why we can't get anywhere, because people don't want to acknowledge the true issues that we have. You're focused on the wrong fucking thing. The problems that we have in the world are culture, language, countries, governments, all the shit that we have. Those are the problems. That's why I said if the United States takes over the whole entire world, I'm fine with that. Have one fucking government that controls the whole entire fucking world. It's not the best government that can ever exist, but it's the best government we have right now on this planet. So let the United States take over the whole entire world, and then we can improve that government. There's no other government I can even consider that is close to the United States that I would want to be part of. There ain't none. And I guarantee you, motherfuckers, you can't find one that's better. I don't care how much pride you have in your shitty ass country. There's no country better than the United States. Period. It is what it is. But anyways, once we unite the world by getting rid of all the barriers, the language barriers, the custom or cultural barriers, the country barriers, and all these barriers that separate us, then we can move forward. It is what it is. So as far as Trump is concerned, like I said, best way I can put it is the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's how I look at Trump. He's not necessarily my friend, but he's the enemy of my enemy. At least on the surface. Behind the scenes, he's the friend of my enemy. But, you know, what he's showing to the public, he's the enemy of my enemy. So we got to start from ground zero. And that's where we're at. You guys need to figure out what's going on the surface before we can get behind the scenes. And unfortunately, most humans don't know what's going on at all. They don't even have a clue about the 3D shit, let alone going up to the higher realms where the real shit is going on. Anyways, I've said enough. I think you guys get the point. If you like, comment, subscribe, share where you can. Hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.